I've been playing a little video game I like to call Astro Bot.
For those listeners to jump straight to Astro Bot, first of all, bold and welcome. Second of all, sorry, I'm still laughing off the inertia of the previous joke. So just let me giggle away to myself about myself.
Oh, by all means, you take the segment. No, you take the segment.
Okay, but it's going to be really short. Anyway, the thing that I
Astro Bot is a brand new PS5 game. It came out just a few days ago. And let me tell you this, it's getting rave reviews.
You have it in a disc already. Did you buy it?
What about it?
I don't know.
What? Yeah. How do you think I started it?
I don't know. We don't buy that much on disc these days. Sometimes we do.
It was cheaper.
Funny that. But what about I'm not even going to go there. The time it took you to walk there, blah, blah, blah. I have questions about this game.
I did get marked for about like everything that I had in my wallet, which was like $129 and 2 sticks of gum. So $130.13 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good
GST included.
Yeah. You know that exchange rate really well.
I know my packs of gum. If anyone's ever said anything about me, is that I know my packs of gum.
You just did the thing.
And I'm all out of chewing gum.
This is a huge
moment. And I'm all out of chewing gum.
I know that you're doing kick-ass chew gum thing, but you just did the if I've ever thing, but you actually got it right. And I think that we just had to get you so overtired and grumpy and distracted that you didn't think about it. And this is a huge moment. I just want to say congratulations because you just got it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. This is episode 56. We're making history right here, folks.
So if I ever wanted to buy a new video game that wasn't on PlayStation Plus, but I wanted to play it when it came out, but it wasn't free for a subscription price. If I wanted that, but I didn't have money to spend
on account of Gum Thief.
And I pay for PlayStation Plus.
Yes.
So on the money that I spend on PlayStation Plus for no game, if I wanted a game that cost other money cheaper,
yes,
I go to JB Hi-Fi.
But did you stop paying the PlayStation Plus money, or did you just pay for both?
I went to JB Hi-Fi.
Okay.
I bought this game. It was $89 at JB Hi-Fi. Normally it's $110 and $109.95 on the PS Store.
Numbers are both high. Explain to me Astro Bot, because the one point of acquaintance that I have had with the Astro Bot franchise has been like, it's a thing on PlayStation that's on there when you get it, maybe, or you just had it. I don't fucking know. That's like learn how to use the controller and what the system can do.
Do you want me to give you a bit of a history into the etymology of Astro Bot?
That would be really helpful.
A is for apple. S is for snake. T is for tired of doing this joke. Astro Bot originated as a character by PlayStation Japan Studio, which is an in-house PlayStation studio. They did a lot of sort of R&D stuff. They produced some games, but this team specifically did a lot of mechanics testing. Mm-hmm. R&D kind of things. Mm-hmm. So the first time we've ever seen an Astro Bot sort of character at this point wasn't named, and this was when the PlayStation 4 came out, when they had the PlayStation 4 camera, which allowed some AR capabilities. There were some games that utilized this, but they had this tech demo called the Playroom, in which you would use your controller and the camera could track your controller through the light bar and use like the touchpad to flick the bots out of your controller, and they'll come onto your floor and you could hit them and play with them or whatever. I think Ice-T kicked a few on Jimmy Kimmel once.
Right.
And then they would be stored within your controller and you could feel them as you moved it around, some rumble features, whatever. That was the first time. It was Playroom. And then there was another one.
Astro's Playroom on the PS5, no?
No.
Oh, another thing before that.
Another tech demo. Can't remember what it is, doesn't matter.
VR?
Well, that's what I was getting to. That's one.
Okay.
There's one I remember, which is Playroom. Then there's one I don't remember, so it doesn't matter. It's a race from time and history and...
Correct.
Woof. Like Spider-Man in the night.
Woof?
No, more in the day. I don't know what time.
I don't know too many beans. What's this?
I'm thinking about when he disappeared.
What?
Oh, Mr. Stark, I'm not feeling so good.
Woof.
Woof.
I wish now that they have one of those, those comic panels with like the onomatopoeia words to tell you what's happening.
Yeah.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. And then woof appears in like puffy text.
I assume it was night. I don't know the time cycles on the planet
Fucking Titan.
Then there was this video game called Astro Bot Rescue Mission. And this came out for the PlayStation VR. So at this point, it was still Japan's studio, and they wanted to make a game of their own. They'd been doing all this testing for PlayStation for their new mechanics. Because basically, anytime they made new hardware, it was their job to find fun ways to use it, and then they could communicate that to other PlayStation first-party game studios, or even third-party ones as well. Just as, tech demo sort of things. So PlayStation Astro's Bot Rescue Mission was a big hit on the PSVR. Came out at launch. It was a lot of fun. It was one of the first, because PlayStation VR was the first console VR.
I was going to say, I feel like there are about 3 games.
Yeah. But it was also not...
2 of them were big hits, and the other one I couldn't name. It's this, and Beat Saber, and some other thing.
Yeah.
Probably Moss or something that got just buried.
Well, this I think came out a bit after Moss, but this at least really hammered home that 3D platformers can work in VR. It's a really fun, good game. It's not too long. I have it. I played most of it, I think.
It's a nice short game. Haven't finished it.
It's a decent. I don't know. I was I played it for a little while when I got the VR, and then stopped playing it. And then when the PS5 was coming out, there was a pack-in game called Astro's Playroom, not to be confused with Playroom or Astro Bot Rescue Mission. This is called Astro's Playroom.
They're just trying to collect as many of those existing audiences as they can and bring them all into one tent.
Yeah, all the existing audiences are fans of specifically this tech demo for the PS4 camera.
And also an actual game.
And a VR headset that nobody bought.
Yeah. That's why they're so desperate to make sure that both groups come along. Yeah. Because otherwise there's only one person. You need at least 2 people.
You need at least 2. You got to get that return on investment. So Astro's Playroom is only a couple hours long, but it is this big, once again, sort of example of what the PS5 can do, especially the controller. It showed off the haptic triggers. It showed off the controller speaker, and as well as that, it really showed off the haptic feedback. When you're walking on glass, it feels like glass. When you're walking on sand, it feels like sand, because you have the combination of the sound and the soft sound or the loud sound, feel, rumble. You get what I mean.
I do. No one else will, but I do.
Like when there are bits where you're pulling back springs and you use the triggers and they feel like springs.
Maybe I should play it.
It's really good.
Because you said, this is a good example of what I could do, and I said, where is The Last of Us?
But what if I could kill dogs? Can I kill dogs with this controller? I don't want to jump around as a little toy robot.
I said I want to feel the liquid of their blood running out of my face. Oh, that's just my sweat. Sorry, I'm getting excited.
That was good. It was a couple of hours. It also had a bunch of references to retro PlayStation.
I bet.
You collected things from the PS1 to all the way up to the PS5, and you saw little...
Did you collect precursor orbs?
No.
Damn.
But you collected some of the bots. So we have Astro, who's the main robot that you play as, and then we have the little bots, which are either little bots or they're dressed up as like PlayStation characters or whatever.
Yep.
We're still talking about Astro's Playroom.
Okay.
The like maximum 5-hour tech demo on the packing game on the PS5.
Yeah.
But that was good and everyone freaking loved it. So after that, what PlayStation did, they were like, PlayStation Japan Studio, good job. We're shutting you down. And they just sent all the employees to other places. But they said, hey, you people that made Astro's Playroom, you know what? We're a fan of you. Why don't we'll set you up with your own studio. Call it whatever you want. They went with Team Asobi. And they said, yo, what do you want to make? You want to keep doing R&D stuff? And they're like, nah. We know what we're doing. We want to make a full Astro game. They said, all right, bet. And a few years later, we have this game, Astro Bot.
Well, that's clear.
So just to recap, we have Playroom, a game that we can't remember so it doesn't exist. Astro Bot Rescue Mission, Astro's Playroom, and finally Astro Bot. Clear?
Yeah, back to front, but really clear when I play it in reverse.
Perfect. This is a great game. I played a couple
That's
of
good.
hours.
Imagine if this one sucked. Imagine if they're like, here you go, you can finally have a proper budget to make a full-length game, and they just like flubbed it. Turned out that they had like 4 ideas, and they were really good to play for like just a little half-hour level, and then there was no more depth to them at all.
Here's the thing. You'd think that 3D platformers have been around for a while. You think they would have run out of their ideas by now,
I
right?
do think that often.
All of the little, what if you did a spin attack?
Yeah.
Or what if you pulled something?
What if you double jumped and then spun to glide, and that could cover the most distance?
Right?
We
What
did
if you
that
had to
25 years ago.
Throw a fireball.
Yeah.
Now
So far, all things from Jack's to the Precursor Legacy, but that's fine.
The fun thing about Team Asobi is they have a cool way that they work with their game devs, but also their artists. They bring everyone together, and everyone can give ideas, right, of what they think would be good for game mechanics and stuff, or enemies, what have you. And they have a rule of that there's no bad ideas. And what they mean by that is a game dev will come up with a bad idea. And everyone will tell them it's a bad idea, but no one's allowed to stop them. So this is my interpretation of an interview.
So this is the Valve approach.
I don't know. But there's just an immense amount of mechanics in this game, and it's a result of game devs being like, yo, I think this is good. And because they're the ones who can make it, they're sort of allowed to. So even if everyone's like, we don't think so, they pitch it to everyone, they get response, and if they still believe in it, regardless of anyone's feedback, they're allowed to keep working on it to an almost finished state to sort of prove their concept.
Okay.
And often, they're good ideas, apparently.
So say that I'm working on a big trampoline spring that makes it, that if you jump on it, it makes you jump, it gives you a boost, makes you go wee.
You meant to be coming up with new ideas that we haven't had before?
No, I'm not going to have any new ideas that they haven't already had. So I'm just going with old ideas.
Okay.
Imagine that they're new,
Okay.
right?
What was your idea?
Spring trampoline.
Holy shit!
All right,
That's
calm
crazy.
down. Hang on, it might be a bad idea.
Holy shit, I'm calling up Team Asobi right now. Bring, 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 bring.
I'm not doing the accent.
Bring.
Hello,
What accent?
Japanese.
Oh,
Fucking hell! What do you mean? Hello.
even the German accent that we were referring to before.
I could do a German accent.
Also, just because they're
Ja, hallo. Hallo, ja. This is ich bin Team Asobi. This feels precarious.
Hi, Team Asobi. This is a Japan studio, right? The Team Asobi.
Yeah.
Sick. Just checking.
Yeah.
Now, I actually run a podcast, and we're talking about your new game, Astro Bot.
Oh yeah,
Which is different to the other one.
is the new one. Yeah.
Just checking. The
Yeah,
one that's just called Astro Bot.
Astro Bot.
Sick.
Yeah.
We just
like when they do a soft reboot in Hollywood and they just call it the name of the thing.
Oh, okay.
Like Twisters. This is our Twisters.
Astro Bots?
Oui.
Okay, sick. Just checking. So my podcast co-host, despite what many people say about him, does have some okay ideas sometimes.
Yeah, das ist gut, ja.
Sometimes they decide to do a precarious international accent.
Yeah. I hear
sometimes-
that sometimes he's trying to do German and he says oui like a French person. Oh no, I think he's doing it again.
Now, he just had this idea. What if you put a spring in the game?
Yeah. Like relax spring.
I'm thinking like trampoline spring sort of thing.
Under the ground spring.
And when
which way does the character go when he jump?
up? Jump on the thing and then goes up.
Oh, mein Gott.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
All right, sick. You gonna put it in?
Yeah.
This
This
one or Astro Bots? The
Astro
sequel?
Bots.
Okay, sick.
But we cannot say that here. I can say that here in Japan, but back at home I cannot say es.
Gotcha. I just had the funniest conversation, remember? Yeah.
You called Team Asobi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at the same time zone, so it makes sense to be awake. We're only like a couple of hours off Japan. What did they say about trampoline?
Hated it. They said a third of it 30 years ago. Fucking Mario 64 had it. You're way too late.
Okay, look. That's totally fair. I'll take that criticism from these people who have published an actual game, as opposed to me who's done nothing. So, what I'm saying though is imagine that trampoline's a new idea, but don't imagine it as hard as you just did, because that was too much imagining. Okay, pull it back. Rein it in.
I'll go back to being mind-numbed.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. But basically what I'm saying is if one designer is working on a mechanic and someone else is working on levels, and then they put it into that level, it's going to screw everything up. So do they do all the mechanics first and then design the levels all together?
No. Okay. So what they've done, because once again, they have been an R&D team for a long time, is they have all the building blocks. This game, there are so many bits of it, like a lot of the enemies are pulled from Astro Bot Rescue Mission, the VR one. Like they have the same base enemies and then they build on top of that. They even have some of the same characters and some of the same worlds. Kind of like, I was playing one this evening where it was on a construction site and there was a big monkey. And I'm like, I've fought this big monkey boss before. This ripoff of Donkey Kong, who's a ripoff of King Kong. I've fought this one before in VR. So they have all of the base stuff set and then they can sort of play with it. It's like they have a bunch of Legos.
Yeah.
And they can make whatever they want from that without not making it work with other things.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
How's that for the learning curve of the game? Like, do you learn one mechanic and then another and then a level that uses both of them? Or is it just like, here's a section of challenges that all use the double jump skill, and then we go on to the next thing?
Well, the game is sort of separated into what. So why don't I give you a bit of a rundown of the premise? So we start the game off. I think it follows on from Astro's Playroom because you've got a bunch of robots. You've got yourself, Astro Bot, and a bunch of robots inside a PS5.
Great.
And the PS5 is a spaceship.
Okay.
And it's flying through space.
Okay.
Sorry, I feel like this will help with some visual aid. Would you like some visual aid? Great.
Yeah.
Reuben, narrate what I'm doing so the listeners.
Okay, so Jett's opened the DVD disc that the game comes in.
Blu-ray technically, but yes.
And they've opened up a comic like they used to put in some of the old Lego sets. Oh my god, it's going to be an A3 comic. With onomatopoeic emphasis words.
So we've got a poster on one side.
It's a poster.
This is the PS5 spaceship.
It's got eyes, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, just checking.
Everything has eyes.
Oh my god, look, everything has eyes.
Look at the little all of the little characters.
The fountain has no wait.
There's a little toilet in here.
Yep.
That an Astro.
No privacy here.
Well, no, the other bot is like knocking on the door. We have no privacy because
we see it.
We see everything.
What happened to those cross-section books that were okay?
All these little robot snards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm if you know what I'm saying. Got a wet leg. And on the other side of this poster, we have got a game manual instruction. It's
oh my god, this has buttons on it.
This is like the first scene, so it's a big comic thing of the intro to the game where you.
That doesn't look like a PS5, and it's a controller. I see.
We've crash landed on this planet.
The controller has eyes, listeners.
The controller is also on the planet. You use the controller as a mini ship. And you hold the Astro Bots inside the controller, like way back in Playroom.
Got ya.
And so you use the buttons. This is the same as you're playing. These prompts will come up. You use the triggers to boost the controller towards a planet to find your Astrobot friends because they've all been exploded across the universe when the ship got destroyed. Because you bumped into an alien ship is the issue.
Oh, I see.
It bumped into there was space you'll love this. There was space traffic.
I love wow.
The alien
I love the immersion.
Got annoyed at the robot one.
Yeah.
And
that's
exploded
great.
it.
What's with the cat bunny robot?
I don't know. It vaguely looks like Daxter, doesn't it? Doesn't this first scene in this desert area remind you of the intro to Jak 3?
Yep.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
And so you learn that you can tilt the spaceship by tilting the controller because the spaceship is literally the controller. It's the same as it's really annoying to keep remembering the names of these stupid games.
I think you're doing great.
Astro's Playroom.
Yep.
where when you move the stick on the controller,
Mm-hmm.
the controller on the screen will move the stick. So all of your
That's great.
actions in
Mm-hmm.
real life are directly translated to the game, which is really sick.
Mm.
And then you learn to jump, and then you learn to hover. So like you can click X to jump, and you hold X to hover,
Mm-hmm.
and then you find one of the robots that's stuck up a tree, and you punch
Mm-hmm.
the enemies that are around it. So you click square,
First of all, loving these button inputs.
right?
All correct so far.
You hold square, and then you charge up a spin attack.
Okay.
Then you click square to hit one of the robots.
Yikes.
When you find them, and it hits them into the controller.
With a little rocket jetpack they have on the back.
Yeah, and then you move on, and then you go to the next place, and
And there's an alien that looks like a cross between the birds in Angry Birds and the pigs in Angry Birds.
that's the enemy. That's the one from the space traffic. So this is a really fun little,
That's really great.
helpful manual
great.
as to how the base mechanics to play. So these are the base mechanics, and then each planet that you go to will have a new mechanic.
I see.
One of the first ones is there's you become sort of like a balloon. Although all of them is kind of backpacks. So you become a balloon. When you click X, then you float up into the sky, and then after you're up there for some time, you'll start losing air and you'll fall down. But
That's
it gives
a
you
bad idea. I can't believe someone got away with that.
Okay.
That's a good idea. I just wanted to say that once.
Oh,
Are there any bad ideas in your opinion
Not so far.
Okay.
I mean that one. Yeah.
How far
that one's
in
all right.
are you?
I've completed the first sort of set of worlds. So each
Okay,
world has its own
okay.
mechanic. The second, you can also do them in whatever order you want.
Yep.
The second one is sort of an Aztec world, and you get these chompy lizard arms, and they're punchy. Do you know the game Arms?
No.
That sounds
I know the movie Guns Akimbo.
No, this is nothing like Guns Akimbo. Okay, imagine if it was Guns Akimbo,
Okay.
but instead of having guns nailed to your hands,
Yeah.
you had springs
Ah,
with lizard chompers at the end of them.
springs.
Your arms are
Where does the
springs.
chomp mechanic come from?
It attaches to things. So you have long punches, and
I have a slinky from my shoulder.
yes,
Great, thank you.
but imagine if it's Slinky from the movie Toy Story,
Yeah.
so it can bite onto things
And it's a dog.
and it can pull. Well, it's a lizard.
It's a
They're
dog.
close enough.
Yeah.
So that's one of the mechanics. And so you go through like 5 or so worlds, and then you have a boss level, and in that boss level, you will have little bits where you get those backpacks and use those for a little while. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like they all come together.
Yes.
And you do a boss level, and that's fun. Unless it's the same fucking monkey that you've fought in 3 games now. And then, after that, you get a little bonus stage.
I'm still sorry. I thought about this about half an hour ago when you first brought it up, and then let it go. And now you've brought it up again, and I can't concentrate on what you're saying about the bonus level because I can't stop thinking about Donkey Kong is not a donkey. For all these years, I've never thought about it. And now I'm never going to be able to look at him the same again. He's just an ape? A gorilla
Kong.
again? He's
Yeah.
he's not a donkey.
I think it would have been too close to...
I mean, Mario is Mario, you know? You look at him and
Mario,
you're like, that's a jump man. You know, that's...
Okay, yeah, good point.
You know, you see it.
Yeah.
Luigi is, I mean, he's a Luigi. There's no question about that.
yeah.
Donkey Kong, he's no donkey.
Would you say Yoshi's a Yoshi?
Yoshi's a fucking turtle, let's be honest.
Okay, but what about Ice-T, that man who kicks robots? You're like, well, he's not made of ice, and he barely looks like that letter.
You know what? I do think that often. I'm like, is it tea, the letter, or is it tea, the drink?
Yeah, it's ice. Oh. The rapper Ice-T.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No one knows.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's inconsistent. Or is it T for donkey? Anyway, tell me about the bonus level now. I've got it out of my system. I'm feeling much more in tune.
Great, I'm so glad. So a bunch of these robots that you collect,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them are normal little bots, and then a bunch of them are dressed up like PlayStation characters. We have characters on the front. We have like Aloy, we have Nathan Drake, we have Kratos. In the second level,
Can I see?
yeah, you can see. In the second level, I collected not one, but 2 of my favorite characters.
Jack and Daxter?
I didn't get Daxter, but I got Crash Bandicoot, and I was pretty pleased about that. And so you collect those, and then that's really fun.
Cuties.
And because when you get all the bots, they all go back to your crash site, and then you can interact with them, and they help you sort of build out your crash site to reform this PlayStation, because that's what you ultimately are trying to do.
Right.
You know, get your shit back together. So you need like 20 bots to be able to lift this one boulder.
Yes.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah.
But let me get to this bonus level, because on this bonus level, I went to this new area, and I was like, oh, it's the fucking kid from Ape Escape. You heard of Ape Escape?
Has it got a donkey in it?
Very fun.
Or has it got proper monkeys in it?
What do you think?
No, I don't know. I don't know this.
Okay, it's an old PS1 game.
Okay.
What do you think it's about?
Okay, for 50-50 here. You're an ape.
No, wrong. Apes have escaped, and you just have to catch the ape.
Well, it was 50-50.
You're a guy with big hair and a bigger net,
Ooh, sounds like a tagline.
and you just run around and catch apes.
Great.
So I see this bot dressed up as the kid from Ape Escape. I'm like, damn, I guess I'll get this robot and come back home with me. We'll have a little fun time together.
Okay. Gonna leave that one just passing by.
And so I go up, punch him, and he's like, nah. A bunch
Gonna
of
leave that
apes
one
have
just
escaped.
passing by.
Here's my net. You are now the Ape Escape kid. And so now you have the Ape Escape costume, and this whole level, you run around like it was a level of Ape Escape, but with all the stylings of Astro Bot or whatever, and you go around and catch the monkeys. So you have the net as a mechanic, and then you also have another mechanic that I assume is in the Ape Escape game, which is like a satellite dish receiver kind of thing that just like blinks in the direction of an ape.
Oh, yeah.
Think Death Stranding for the
Yes.
gross, goobly sky people. Yeah. So that's really fun. And then you do that, and you get to play that little mechanic. I saw in the trailer for this game, slight spoiler, there's one of these bonus levels has Kratos, and you get to throw the axe. So you'd have
That's
that
fun.
whole mechanic. So
Because they probably did a bunch of the R&D for that.
quite possibly, like, yeah, they probably
Like, obviously not the game design bit, but they're like, what can we put in a
What can we do
controller?
here?
Yeah.
And once again, because these people are the ones who have been doing all of this testing of how this hardware works, what's the best way to utilize it, this is one of the best feeling PS5 games.
Yeah,
The best
that
playing
makes sense.
ones. It runs beautifully. It feels beautiful to play. It sounds beautiful. It'll fuck your controller battery. That's
I was
for
going to
sure.
ask about that.
It rumbles like it's nobody's business. But I like that about it. You know,
I know.
I can
You
be
like it when
tussled
it's
about a
shaking?
little.
Oh,
You can
okay.
tussle me about Astro Bot.
Gonna leave that one just by the by as it is.
But that's Astro Bot for you.
Along with that bit about punching a kid anyway. That's what you said earlier.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you said the kid from Ape Escape, so I walked up and I punched him. That's what you said.
It's in the instruction book.
What? I didn't see it there.
Let me give me time to fold out the instruction book.
You're just going to show me the button square?
You find a robot, you click square, and you punch it into the controller.
Oh, I didn't realize he was a bot, even though that's exactly what you said. My brain's a bit slow on the uptake here.
My one last.
So I think it's just confusing because everything's a robot.
Well, your robot has a cape.
Oh,
Do you know why they called it Astro?
it all takes place in space?
No, because it's a good short word that works in every language. Japanese, German. I think those are the only two they were really concerned about. And it's also
Why are they concerned about German?
I have no clue. It would come up first on lists of games, which is fun. On this poster, the watermark's still on it.
Should have called it Aardvark bot. Anyway,
This is
look at that.
a really lovely artwork, and then not even the direct center. Center
that's-
up and a bit to the right. It says Astro in all caps. Astro Bot PS5 CD. Someone
I
fucked up,
hadn't
and that's
noticed
really
this
annoying.
until you pointed this out, but now it's all I can look at. It really is right there.
So I assume that's on all of the digital copies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
But good game.
Oopsie daisy.
I recommend playing it. I'm a big fan of platformers, and I'm glad that they're having a bit of a comeback. Would you play it?
Well, should I play this or should I just play Astro's Playroom for all the same?
This is
rights?
going to be better and longer.
Yeah, but it's going to be longer. You've hit the crux of it right there.
I think, but better though.
Okay, but hear me out. I go to my PlayStation account. I open The Last of Us Part 2.
And you kill some
And
dogs.
I open the bow. And I feel the bow pull back. And I feel it on the adaptive
You
trigger.
know, I haven't even played The Last of Us Part 2 on the PS5 all the
What?
way through. Yeah.
What?
I think
You played No Return.
Yeah.
Just bits and pieces of the
Yeah.
DLC. Yeah.
But I haven't...
Wow. I've done it twice and I'm just getting started.
I think I've maybe gotten to Seattle.
Wow. Yeah, you were already playing it at one point.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you were probably playing on Grounded and you got fucking stuck.
Probably.
Like
yeah.
a goofball.
I got stuck like a duck. It's true.
Stuck like a duck. Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.